Hey, I'm coaching a silver Janna, so just going to start about right now. The main thing you got to learn with Janna is to make sure you shield your ADC when they take poke. That's the biggest thing with her. Um, so I'll say it every time you don't do that. You're playing a poke heavy bot lane. You got MF and somebody else, whoever it is, MF brand. So you're gonna get fucked. So you're definitely gonna have to shield yourself and your ADC when you take poke damage. More important for your ADC. You shouldn't be really looking to poke that much in the beginning. They definitely do more damage than you. See, you should be playing like Leona Alistar. They're a lot better. Tarek. If you like playing a defensive support, see that's good. You shielded him. But you should play Tarek. It's a lot better, especially against poke heavy bot lanes like this. You have great sustain. See, Brandon's just gonna like make you his bitch. That's the issue. Should be, there you go. Good. This should have been a dodge, to be honest. You're gonna play against the Shyvana. Shyvana's basically unstoppable. Jack's jungle's better, but not early, so Shyvana jungle is just so much better than Jack's. Unless he hits late game. I would have just dodged. Especially a zero player and lower MR is just not going to be able to perform the champion at a skill level. It's like when people play Rise mid. There's just certain stuff that they can't do with him due to you being at a lower MR. There you go, shooting him. That's mainly what you need to be doing. Like, you have to be able to do that basically every time he takes poke. That's the biggest thing with Janna. You should just be playing Tarek a lot better. Janna, got nerfed really hard. She's still like a decent pick. She's probably like A plus tier. There's not really much you should be doing here. You wanna take a Q and push out the wave, so they don't just get unneeded tower damage. See, the thing they're gonna want to do is get with a poke heavy comp like this, they're gonna want to be able to get first turret. Since they're like pushed into your turret, you should be asking your jungler for you should be screaming for help. Um, should be screaming for help. Your jungler should come. There's two people bot. Like, if Jax came right now, you guys could really turn this on him. Should have shielded him from that. That's huge. It's like the biggest thing. You always gotta be shielding him from damage. Biggest thing with her. Like, you're doing really good with like poking the enemy down, but your shields are low key lacking. You need to be shielding him. You don't really matter as much. Your ADC is the damage dealer. You're just there to make sure he you're like his bitch basically, and you just have to help him out. You definitely should be pinging this entire time, like at least a ping every 30-15 seconds, begging your jungler for assistance, especially since the first, I'm pretty sure you guys have meeting. Okay, so they get first Infernal. So it looks like your Kel's feeding. This was a dodge. Really, you're going against their bot lane's a lot better due to the poke heavy. It's going to be a lot better early leads to early leads, so they can snowball. Exhausting him's not bad. There's no reason. See, if you didn't shield yourself, maybe you could have got a kill. There's no reason to burn your flasher. The reason you shouldn't burn your flash is because you're basically dead anyways. Like, that's the biggest thing people in lower MR2 don't realize is like burning your sums is so like you need sums, like they're really important, and you burning them, like even if like you lived there, like you wouldn't live there most likely, because because they still have flash. So they could have ran your ass down most likely. But you should have shielded your ADC. Like, you're not really that important. Your ADC, you're there to enable him to carry you. Okay, so that's what you have to do. Like, you too greedy on yourself. You need to be shielding him from all poke, allowing him to perform at a high level is what you have to be doing. Should put a ward in that bot. Make sure the tri-brush. You want to make sure that tri-brush and that bottom brush is always warded. The bottom brush should be warded when there's a poke-heavy matchup. Kale's still feeding. You should be asking your jungler for help when you're pushed in like that. It's very important. Since they're poke-heavy bot lane, your jungler's always going to be ready for a gank. You should just be pinging like every 15 seconds to 30 seconds. Assist pings. Should be shielding your ADC from all damage. Didn't really have to shield him there since the poke is not heavy, but the biggest thing with Janna is anticipating poke and shielding your ADC for it. They are at level 6, so you kind of have to play respectively. If you fight them, you're definitely dead. The biggest thing is you should be asking for assistance the entire time here. See now Jax. See if Jax was here earlier, maybe you guys wouldn't have died. There we go. Good job. You let him get the kill. Very good. I'm not sure who you shielded, but if you shielded Jax or Jen, you did the right move. But you should be asking for assist pings. You're in lower MMR, so the players. See, there's no reason to shield him there. He's not taking any damage. Like the shield is the most important mechanic with Janna. You really need to be able to use that efficiently if you really want to climb with her. Should be going Ardent Sensor, yeah. Good control wards. You want to make sure, vision. The biggest thing you should be asking here for, when there's an Infernal Drake first, you should be telling your jungler needs to get that Infernal Drake, but you're going against a Shyvana. Like, you should have dodged. Like, Shyvana is an instant dodge, in my opinion. If I will never play against a Shyvana in rain, because you basically automatically lose the game. Like, unless you have a really good comp, like, unless they're basically trolling, the Shyvana will carry. Shyvana basically has no weaknesses except for like Jax. I mean, the Jax jungle is the only counter, but he only wins late. So like she's just such a disgusting. Like you should have dodged this game. Period. Then like certain champs, you just dodge. Shyvana's probably the #1 dodge. Like I'll dodge if I see her on the enemy team, but I'll beg my jungle to play her. Takes no skill. See, that's a moment where you should have shielded yourself right now. You guys should not be playing this aggressive. You should be asking your, there's no way in hell you win this bot lane. You should just be asking your jungler for help. So see, the way you're playing right now is you're trying to take the 2v2 when you're behind. That's pretty fucking retarded. That's a lot of people, people do that in every elo. You guys aren't going to come back. They're going to do 10 times more damage than you. The only reason you're going to kill it, you need your jungler to really help you. You should be using your Q to push out lane, because you don't want them to get first turret. If you use your Q to push out the enemy wave, you could probably delay them taking turret by a minute or 2 minutes, which is huge for your team. This game looks like a loss anyways, because you didn't dodge because there's Shyvana in the game. You need to be shielding him from poke. Like this is, I'm going to be saying the same shit over again because you make the same mistake. Like you should be, yeah, there you go. Should be hitting Misfortune with that. Push her out. Now you guys should back up. Now you need to keep this brush warded and somewhere up here warded, so you can see 2 entrances from where you could get ganked at. This one right here and up near here, up in this area is where you want to have a ward. You did good. See, now you have a jungler. Like if you would have just begged for jungler assistance, you guys could have probably won bot lane. clearing out enemy vision, that's fine. See, what you gotta realize is that you're in the driver's seat. Like, if you want to climb, you need to really make proactive plays. If you would have pinged for your jungler a lot, you probably could have had a large lead bot. There's really no reason to back this far back. Even though Kali's Mia mid, she's not Mia. She just went to go do blue. Um, so yeah. This is good to see. Just tell her to play under turret, hug turret. Tell her you'll carry her. Blah blah blah. Everything she needs to hear. I don't really need to see the rest of this game. Due to the fact that like I see the mistakes you make. You should have asked for jungler assistance. You should have dodged if you play against Shyvana. Like, there's certain picks in every role that you should dodge against. Shyvana, there's no real top laners. Nasus is pretty aids to play against. Ornn is pretty aids. ADC's Vayne, you dodge if there's an enemy Vayne on the team. Jungle is Shyvana. Mid, not really any mid laners that are really atrocious except for Fiddlesticks. And then support, Alistar is pretty fucking bad to play against. Especially at lower MR, Blitzcrank can be totally aids to play against. Those are just immediate dodges. It's better for you to lose 10 LP or 3 LP than to lose 20, 18, whatever you lose, okay? You need to learn to dodge because dodging will help you climb, will help you get favorable matchups that will result in you winning more games. I can just pause the VOD because I don't really need to review the entire thing due to the fact that I see the mistakes you're making. You need to shield your ADC for when he takes poke. You really only need to shield yourself in certain circumstances when they're maybe they're only focusing you, but your ADC is way more important than you, and you need to allow him to succeed. When you're pushed in against a poke heavy bot lane or pushed in at all, you need to be asking your jungler. You need to be pinging 15 to 30 seconds, telling him, "Hey, we need to gank bot." Um, getting a gank bot's going to put both of them behind. You could put 3 people ahead. It's going to put 3 people ahead, your jungler, you, and your ADC, which is hugely beneficial. When they're pushing into your tower, you should be using Q to push them out every time. It could delay the first turret, them taking the first turret by anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes possibly. That's the biggest things I see. I don't really need to see anything else because you could have done a lot better early game to ensure that your ADC, had more kills than he does right now. Even though your bot lane did good, it doesn't matter because Shyvana's in the game. That's the biggest thing here. You should have dodged. Learning when to dodge is huge to climb. I win games just by dodging. There's like games I know I'll lose if I don't dodge. That's the biggest thing. Shyvana is an instant dodge. She's probably the most atrocious person to play against at this moment. But that's really all I see. Like in 10 to 20 games, send me another VOD so I can review it. That's the biggest things I see. Thanks for watching. I offer free low coaching, link in the description, and my OPGG is also in the description below.